want to understand tax and compliance. We want to comply with the tax. So we want you to be empowered. We want you to get the knowledge so that whenever you are, wherever you are, KNI will not be anything to worry about. It will not be anything to worry about because you know you are on top of things. But remember, I like saying this because you have seen it before. There are two things you are assured in life. Two things. We don't know when it will come, but it will come. And the other one, guess what? It is tax. And guess what? It does not matter which one comes first. The other one will certainly follow. You see, so what do you do about those things that you are certain that they will happen? The best thing is to plan for them. Whatever the case, there are some 6 points I would like you to remember. See, ignorance is very expensive. Have with yourself the Income Tax Act, the Finance Bill, the VAT Act. Have them with you. Take some time. Number 3, set aside money to cover your taxes and avoid commingling funds. You see, if you set aside funds for payee, don't use it to pay something else, to buy goods, to buy food in the house. Of course, well, you need food in the house. I know that, okay? But when you commingle funds, it becomes complicated for you and you raise your costs of running the business far much more because you have penalties and interest to pay, okay? So have an accounting system, my good friends, okay? Have an accounting system, and it can be a simple accounting system, helping you to track your incomes and your expenses. By the way, you may want to know, it is a legal requirement for you to keep proper books of accounts for taxation purposes. Income Tax Act. And by the way, it's an offense, okay, for you not to keep that. Number 5, do tax planning. And I'm going to mention a little bit of a number of tax planning. Right? Do you know there are a number of tax opportunities you miss out because you didn't plan for them? Perhaps because you didn't do the right things, right? That can allow you avoid, not evade, okay? Avoid tax, reduce your tax obligation within the framework of the law, okay? And you can do tax planning for life. Okay? As I said earlier, get an accountant to help you through. Or a tax agent, an accountant who is a tax agent. Okay? And if you want, you can get a tax agent registered with the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, right? By the way, there's something else to add here, if you didn't know. The same way you hire a lawyer to represent you in a court of law, it is the same you need to hire a tax agent to represent you in matters of tax, right? Sometimes you are not the best lawyer for yourself, okay? Right? You're not the best tax agent for yourself. So, and you see, all the things that I'm going to mention today, all the things that are about taxation, these are the people who can guide you through. So let's go now, a number of taxes we have mentioned before, employment tax. And I don't want to emphasize too much what we have done. I just want first to remind ourselves and look at key points, especially where we want to reduce obligation, okay? And also, what are the things critical for us to do the right thing, okay? Pay as you enjoy, sometimes people will say, right? Why is it critical for you as an employer? Because you may want to remember two things. You are an employee of your business and you're also an employer. As an employer, you have an obligation for submitting the tax for all your employees. If you don't, the revenue authority in law will not follow the employee, they follow you. Okay, they follow you. So you may find yourself running into fines, running into bills, because you never deducted some, or you never paid the payee, right? The only payment that is not taxable is if it is a reimbursement for expenses the employee have incurred in the course of employment. So, as I said, so what are these employment? What is employment income? Anything that you're paying them, wage, salary, leave pay, so on. I need to emphasize here. Sometimes people say, okay, my workers are casual, so they don't pay tax. Sorry, anybody who have worked for you for a minimum of 21 days in a month is deemed to be an employee, and therefore tax licensed as an employee. And again, if there is regularity, if you pay them, or if they work 1 week every month, 1 week, that is regular, and then it becomes taxable. Okay, very well. And then, so whatever title you give it, remember that. The fringe benefits that you give employees, okay, they are taxable. The only non-taxable benefit is if it is less than 3,000 shillings and it is non-cash benefit. Now, there are employment income that are not touchable to tax. And it is good to note here, I talk about tax planning. These are areas we need as an opportunity for ourselves as employers and also as employees of our business. Okay? 1, meals provided by employer, so long as it does not exceed 48,000 shillings per annum, which translates to 4,000 shillings per month. So if you give them meals amounting to not more than 4,000, that one is not taxable. So you see, you can motivate your staff by giving them food in the office, 4,000 shillings equivalent per month. When they go out, what you call per diem, subsistence, night out, anything not more than 2,000 shillings is not taxable per day. 2,000 shillings night out, but it has to be night out. It means they went out of the station to work for you, right? You have sent somebody to do marketing. You are in Kisumu, you sent them all the way to Eldoret, you sent them all the way to Mombasa. Of course, they need transport, they need to eat, so you give them subsistence. 2,000 shillings per day is not taxable. Let me explain here. And we ask, you mean it's only 2,000? No, no, no. If you give them 2,000, they don't need to account for that 2,000. It's an administrative arrangement that 2,000 is not going to be taxed. However, of course, the cost to go there can be higher. What is required now? You're required to get the receipts from those employees. You give them cash to go out. Or you paid for them. Maybe you have an arrangement. When you go to Mombasa, stay in this hotel, we are paid for you. That one is okay, right? They are not taxed upon that. Now, there is also tax relief. Tax relief, my good friends, reduces the amount of tax you pay. There are 2. One is the personal tax relief. It was increased to 2,400 per month. It is a way of the government saying asante sana, right, for paying tax. Shukran. And that translates to 28,800 per annum. Insurance relief. If you have life insurance, education cover is also part of life insurance. You can claim insurance premium relief of 15% of the insurance premiums. 15% of the insurance premiums, but it is a maximum of 5,000 shillings per month or 60,000 shillings per annum.